Kubernetes. You may have heard the name. It is a technology that quietly powers much of the modern internet. At its heart, it is an orchestrated system for running containers, which are small, portable packages of software that make applications scalable and efficient. But once containers multiply, the picture quickly becomes crowded. Pods appear, disappear, and shift between nodes in seconds. That constant movement makes Kubernetes environments tough to keep track of. The real challenge is this. It isn't that the data is missing, it's that there's simply too much of it. The key is knowing which microservices actually matter, tagging them so they tell a clear story, and using the right tools to cut through the noise. And that's what we'll explore today. How to solve the challenge of monitoring Kubernetes. In this video, you'll learn the key metrics that reveal cluster and pod health, why labels are the backbone of workloads visibility, how kubestate metrics give you object-level insights, best practices for monitoring at scale, and how tools like Site 24/7 simplify the whole process. At the cluster level, you'll see the big picture, whether resources are balanced and nodes are used well. At the node level, the focus is on each machine's load and efficiency. At the pod level, you spot workload issues like failed deployments or uneven distribution. At the container level, you track the resource usage and performance of each running instance. At the application level, monitoring gets granular, covering performance, availability, and dependencies. Together, these layers give a complete view, from overall cluster health to individual service behavior. Why labels matter? Resources without labels are just noise. Labels, like tags, let you group workloads by application, team, or environment. With good labeling, you can build dashboards that actually make sense, trigger alerts for the right services, track costs across teams, and spot problems faster. Kubestate metrics. Resource metrics only tell you how much CPU or memory something uses. What they don't tell you is what state it's in. That's where kubestate metrics comes in. It hooks into the Kubernetes API and exposes data about objects like deployments, replicas, and pod states. With monitoring tools, you can do things like catch pods that keep restarting within minutes, alert if replicas don't match what you declared, and track how many nodes are actually ready. Best practices for Kubernetes monitoring. Give kubestate metrics enough CPU and memory or it'll choke on large clusters. Run multiple replicas for high availability. Use RBAC to limit what it can see. Only allow the metrics you'll actually see. Build alerts that are actionable, not just noise. Store historical data so you can plan capacity and not just firefight issues. How Site 24/7 makes it easy. Now, if you don't want to spend weeks wiring everything up, tools like Site 24/7 can save you a lot of pain. It auto-discovers your entire Kubernetes infrastructure, including your nodes, pods, deployments, and services. It collects core metrics and labels out of the box. Auto-installs kubestate metrics with its agents so you can get richer object data instantly. Provides dashboards, anomaly detection, and AI-powered forecasting. Here's the takeaway. Focus on the right metrics, label everything consistently, use kubestate metrics for object visibility, keep alerts actionable, and lean on tools that reduce the noise. Do that and Kubernetes stops feeling like a black box. Thank you. Happy monitoring.